So today we are going to be comparing and talking about several different AC units. You know, the 2300 BTU ZEROBREEZE Mark II, the new BougeRV 4000 BTU unit, and I just got this the other day. This is an ENJOYCOOL portable AC, which is 2300 BTUs. Now I haven't tested this yet, but I will be testing it this weekend. But I wanted to just give you guys a layout of what some of your options can be. You know, whether you're looking for some place in a budget-friendly air conditioner, or something that will actually freeze you out and hang meat in your rooftop tent. So we are gonna kind of do a side-by-side comparison of all these portable air conditioners and see what kind of power consumption, what kind of cooling, and you know, see if any of these fit into your lifestyle or your budget, because they can range anywhere from $500 up to $1,500. But we are going to compare the ZEROBREEZE Mark II, which is a 2300 BTU air conditioner, the ENJOYCOOL Link 2, which I just got this past weekend, and this one is a 2300 BTU as well. And then of course the BougeRV 4000 BTU portable air conditioner. I am always going to give you an honest review. Now most people think, hey, you know, you're an influencer, you get these products for free and you're going to give a positive review. Well, let me just tell you before we start talking about these is that I won't accept or agree on a product if it doesn't, one, align with the channel, and two, I don't believe it would be beneficial to you, the viewers. Now, I turn away a lot of requests. In fact, I get emails daily for products out there for me to test. And on the contrary, I turn a lot away. So, you know, I'm just throwing that out. And, you know, I'm going to give you my take on it, my opinion, and how it affects the outdoors, or how it would be beneficial to you. Now, a lot of folks say, hey, you know, you get these items from these companies, and you know, there you go. Well, you know, a lot comes into play when reviewing products. One is you have to work with these companies, and sometimes these companies are pretty demanding. You know, they'll see the product arrive, the next day they're wanting a video out. You know, there's a lot of work hours filming, you know, getting the right, you know, content out there, and then editing. Editing takes several hours, and sometimes it could take a couple of days. And you know, when it comes down to the end result, you're spending a lot of time producing the content. But some of the things that I considered if I was purchasing a portable air conditioner is the budget, okay? The budget is one, the power consumption is the second one, and then portability. So budget, consumption, and portability. So let's cover the budget first. Now, these portable AC units, they are not cheap. And you know, the saying, buy once, cry once, comes into play, yes, but are these required to when you go camping? They're not. But does it make it a lot enjoyable, especially at 105-degree temperature out there? Yes. And my buddy Brian Waters from the Brian Waters Outdoors channel just did a video on the BougeRV 4000 where his tent, he put a thermometer or a temperature sensor on there, and it was 130 degrees on his tent. So we will start off with the ZEROBREEZE Mark II. The ZEROBREEZE Mark II is a 2300 BTU air conditioner. And this was one of the first portable air conditioners I've used in the last year. I did purchase this with my own money. ZEROBREEZE did not send me this unit. but I needed something to keep me cool during the summer months. And last year when I went on a cross-country trip, camping out in Texas with Brian Waters, you know, at that time we both had those false tailgates, and we used a window unit, which was a 5,000 BTU air conditioner. But the drawback is you needed shore power. So I purchased this ZEROBREEZE Mark II last year, and it's been a great portable air conditioner. The drawback is for any of these, they are expensive, like I mentioned before. If you're purchasing the ZEROBREEZE Mark II just on the unit alone, you're going to be spending $899, and that is without the expansion battery. And now when I say expansion battery, it is this right here. This battery goes under the unit, it slides in and locks in place. Now you are able to get between 3 and 6 hours from this battery attached to the Mark II. The drawback to that is this battery is close to $500. So you're looking, if you're going to get the combo from ZEROBREEZE with the unit and the battery, they say you can get it for about $1,300. And is that a little bit steep? It is, but most of the outdoor or overlanding or camping equipment products aren't cheap. So you can run this with the expansion battery or without. So these units performed differently in my camper because it was insulated than my rooftop tent. And I can get about 10 to 15 degrees, maybe 20 degrees difference with this in my tent. So this right here, $899 plus $499 for the battery. So a total cost for you to get this unit with the battery, you're going to be spending about $1,200. The next one on here is, I just got this from BougeRV. This is their new portable 4,000 BTU air conditioner. It is twice the size of these units here. Now, I did test this in my rooftop tent, and 4,000 BTUs will, let me tell you, it will cool down a rooftop tent. I think this brought it down almost a little over 25 degrees temperature difference in the middle of the day inside the tent. Now this unit itself does not have an expansion battery, so it is not self-sustaining, so you would need electrical power or power to power this up. And we're going to cover the power consumption here in a little bit, but no expansion battery. You would have to plug this in, and the price for this BougeRV 4,000 BTU AC is $999. So I mean, you're looking at right at $1,000. So the price difference between the ZEROBREEZE Mark II and the BougeRV 4000 is about $200 difference, but there is no expansion battery, but you are getting twice the BTUs than this ZEROBREEZE Mark II. The next one is this right here. This is the ENJOYCOOL Link 2 portable air conditioner. It almost looks identical to the ZEROBREEZE Mark II, but in a smaller fashion as far as the intake and the exhaust connections. I will be doing a full review on this in the rooftop tent camping the same way I did the BougeRV and the Mark II. Now, this is a product that looks almost similar to the Mark II. The only difference is that the exhaust and intake hoses are a little bit smaller. So I don't know if that's going to play into the cooling effect, but it will make me zippering up my rooftop tent a lot easier when I insert the hose. And we'll cover that here in a little while as well. But the price on the Link 2 is $549. And you have the option to get an expansion battery just like the Mark II to put on this unit. Now, I didn't get the expansion battery, but the expansion battery, it says that it's going for $499. So you're looking at $1,000 as well for the unit. So all three units, the BougeRV 4000, the ZEROBREEZE Mark II, and the ENJOYCOOL Link 2, are going to be all about $1,000 price range. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is power consumption. All of these three units are going to require some kind of power, regardless if it's shore power, a power station, an inverter, lithium batteries. They will need power to operate these units. Now, the Mark II and the Link 2, like I mentioned just a second ago, does have expansion batteries that you can put on here. So that, to me, makes it a little easier, but you get between 3 and 6 hours of battery life. So I'm going to go ahead and go grab my BLUETTI power station, and we're going to hook it up to each of these units, and I'm going to show you the power consumption of the 2300 BTUs and the 4000 BTUs. So this right here is my BLUETTI 180T solar swap power station. When I say solar swap, it has two batteries that you can remove and place into the cooler. And this is the battery. So there are two batteries that go into the power station, and you can operate this on one battery or two batteries. So the first test is going to be on the ZEROBREEZE Mark II using regular power, no battery, expansion battery. So the Mark II does come with a power brick that's fairly large. You will need this to charge the battery, and if you're just going to use it to power up your AC, you will need this. Okay, everything's all plugged in. We've got power. Let's go ahead and turn on the unit. As you can see, you got your power on. It does tell you the temperature that will be coming out from the AC side. So right now, let's just go on regular AC and use it at the lowest level. And let's see how much power consumption that it will take on the low level. So right now we are at level 1, or the lowest fan level on the cooling mode, and we are slowly increasing. We're at 65 watts right now, and the compressor is starting. If you look here in the middle of the AC unit, you will see a temperature thermostat gauge in there, or a digital readout, and it's saying 64 degrees. That's what we're going to be shooting for with this on the low level. And we're still at 73 watts and coming up. Okay, it looks like it is roughly about 150 watts right now, and I heard the compressor come on, and it's fluctuating between 150 and 152. And let's see if it goes up any more before us going to the turbo mode. But right now, 150 watts on the low mode isn't bad at all. And this would be a mode that I would use in the middle of the night. I would probably not leave it at full-blown turbo mode all night long, because it will be cold in that tent. All right, at 152. So let's go ahead and ramp this thing up to the top speed. And let's see how much more wattage this thing will pull. So it's still climbing. It's at 156 and climbing. It's got it set for 53 degrees on the temperature gauge there, the digital gauge. Okay, it seems like we have stabled out at 225 watts from the ZEROBREEZE Mark II at full capacity, level 4 fan in the rocket ship mode. So 220, I'm going to call it a 225 watts. Not bad. So the next one is the ENJOYCOOL Link 2. This is the exact same BTUs, 2300 BTUs, 2340 or somewhere to be exact, but 2300 BTUs. It also comes with a power brick to power up the unit, and you also have the option for a expansion battery. So let's go ahead and plug this in. And let's go ahead and power it up. Power. Okay. And the screen or the control screens are pretty much the same as the ZEROBREEZE Mark II. This also comes with a remote. The ZEROBREEZE Mark II does have a remote as well, but the Link 2, here it is right here. Okay. So right off the bat, let's put it on the lowest mode. Okay, we are at 100 watts right now at the lowest level on the ENJOYCOOL. And at level 1, it is a lot quieter, a little quieter than the Mark II. The difference between the ZEROBREEZE Mark II and the ENJOYCOOL Link 2 is the ZEROBREEZE had 4 fan modes. This only has 1 mode in the cool, 1 mode in the strong, 1 mode in the fan, and then 1 mode in the sleep. Okay, so the 2300 units, 150, 160 watts at the lowest level. Maximum was 250 watts at the highest level, and that was on the Mark II. So now we are going to do the Big Daddy, the 4000 BTU from BougeRV. This just comes with a regular plug. There are no bricks in this one. So right off the bat, I'm liking that. You know, having that big brick isn't, to me, you know, you gotta pack that away, but this BougeRV 4000 does not have a brick. So let's go ahead, plug it in, and power on the unit. Now this being a bigger unit, 4000 BTU, it does have a Panasonic compressor, but I am gonna say that it's gonna be a little bit loud, or twice as loud as the 2300s, and the controls are all on the top here, which is touchscreen. So right now it's ramping up, and let's go ahead and it does come with a light on there as well. So, and then it has a lock mode where you can lock it so nobody else can accidentally change the settings. Okay, on the lowest fan mode on the BougeRV 4000, We got it, the lowest it can go is 61 degrees on fan level 1, and we are drawing close to 285 watts. So, but remember that this unit is twice as big as the ZEROBREEZE Mark II and the ENJOYCOOL Link 2. So it seems like it's stabilized at a 289, 287 watts on the low level. So let's go ahead and put this thing on high. We've got it in the highest setting, level 4 fan, set all the way down to 60 degrees, and it is blowing some really cold air. We are at 325 and climbing, and it is actually a lot more volume, but it is a larger AC unit. I mean, it's twice as big as the other ones, but this thing will definitely cool a tent or a little camper. So right now, on the highest mode, the turbo mode, we are pulling 426 watts at full blast. So pretty much twice as much as the other 2300 BTU units. But you are getting twice as much cooling effect than the other two. So the next thing is going to be portability. How easy it is to move these units around from the ground to the rooftop tent, or back down, or around the campsite. Now each of these units come with hoses that you can attach into your rooftop tent, or exhaust that goes out from your tent to exhaust the hot air. So the Link 2 comes with a 2-inch hose that will go on the front of the unit. You can see that. But the ZEROBREEZE has a 3-inch hose, so you can see the difference in size. And these are all expandable. Basically, you can run it all the way up to your rooftop tent. They're flexible, and you can move them around. Now, the BougeRV has a whopping, looks like a 6-inch hose. So you can see the difference between the ZEROBREEZE Mark II hose and the Link 2, small, medium, and large. So that's something to take in consideration when you're looking for a air conditioner unit. Now the weight on these units itself, the ENJOYCOOL Link 2 is 14 pounds. It's fairly light, but it is on the smaller side compared to the other two. Now the ZEROBREEZE is a little heavier at 16.5 pounds. And of course the BougeRV 4000 is going to be right at 33 pounds. So that's something to consider as well. Now when I used the BougeRV 4000, I left it on my tailgate and just ran the hose up into my rooftop tent. These units here, the ZEROBREEZE Mark II, I put on the roof of my truck and run the hoses straight into the rooftop tent. Something like this, the Link 2, which I haven't tested in the tent yet, I'll probably bring this up into the tent or leave it on the roof of the cab. So what do I think about these 3 portable AC units? I think they all work great, but what is best for you, it depends on your application. Now they all have pros and cons. Let's start off with the ENJOYCOOL Link 2. Pros and cons on this thing. Pros are, it is light, It's only 14 pounds. You can move it from the ground tent up to your rooftop tent from your car, or just mobility wise, it's a light unit. It does also come with an expansion battery that you can use to power this up. So that's one of the advantages of these smaller units. Now when you put the expansion battery, it'll probably jump this up another 10 pounds. So just be aware, both these units, expansion battery is going to weigh a little bit more, but as of it stands right now, 14 pounds. The con to it is it has only one speed. You know, it's not adjustable. You can only go strong, cool, fan, sleep. And the hoses that you connect to it is just a 2-inch hose. So it's a lot smaller. So the volume of air that you're gonna get moving is smaller than the other two, less volume. So, and it draws only 160 watts. So depending on your power consumption or power station, would this be good for you, for your little tent? This is just a good starter. I believe this is a good starter AC unit, but it's still, you know, $600 for this unit. The ZEROBREEZE Mark II. Well, you're going to get a bigger volume of hose, or a bit bigger volume of air movement. You also have an expansion battery that will last 3 to 6 hours. This thing weighs, without the battery, 16 pounds. It does only draw 160 watts on the low setting and 250-ish on the high setting in the turbo mode. The ZEROBREEZE is also going to run you about $899, so $900. So you are paying $400 more for the ZEROBREEZE Mark II without the expansion battery, but bigger volume and adjustability for cooling. It does have a light in here, so if you need a light, so the differences between these two. Now the BougeRV 4000, the big daddy of them all, weighs a whopping 32.2 pounds, but it does not have an expansion battery. So you're going to have pretty much a power station and for shore power. On low, this thing was drawing about 250 watts, twice as much as these little ones, but it is a twice as large portable AC unit. On the high turbo mode, we were pulling over 450 watts on this thing. So if you do have a power station that's in the 1000 watt range, you may get 2 hours out of it running this AC unit. Now I use a fairly large power station with an expansion battery, so I have about 4,500 watt hours or 4,500 watts when I go camping, and then I'll throw solar panels up to keep my power station charged. But this right here, the pro is it moves twice as much as air, it cools twice as fast, it cools within 30 minutes. Con to it, it is heavy, draws a lot of power, so power consumption on this is twice as much as this. The con is at full max 100% level fan 4 in the turbo mode, you're going to be pulling over 450 watts. And if you have a 1,000 watt power station, this thing will deplete that power station in about 2.5 hours. The other part of it, it is heavy. It is at 32.2 pounds, so it's not something you can keep moving up and down. You can, but it's going to be a little cumbersome. And this thing right here costs $1,000, $999. There is no expansion battery on here, but it is a air mover and it blows cold air. So what I think about all these units, I think they're all pretty cool. If you're watching this video, you probably already have a decision made up of what unit you are looking to get. Now there's another unit out there, it's an EcoFlow, and it does have a AC and heater built in one unit. I have not been able to get my hands on one and have not been able to conduct a test. But this 4000 BTU will probably go into my ProMaster van. The ZEROBREEZE Mark II will go into the camper, and this will probably go into the rooftop tent, either one of these. But like I said, it all depends on your budget, it all depends on your setup, and it all depends on what are you willing to cool. So anyway, I'll put a link and description of all three of these inside of the description box below. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll answer them the best I can. If you made it this far in the video, I thank you. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then hit subscribe, and then hit that bell notifications, and then hit all notifications. And then that way you'll be notified of all the videos that I drop. I try to put out 2 videos a week on both my channels, the Semper Gumby channel and the Gumby Gear Review channel. So check them both out. And also, if you want to help support the channel, go to patreon.com and check out the Semper Gumby Patreon page. That's, as little as $3 a month. You can get videos like this way ahead of time, and live feeds, and places where we camp with the locations. So at the end of this video, check out the Gumby Gathering. You're able to win one of 8 spots to come camping with your favorite content creators from YouTube. We're talking about Mr. Brian Waters from the Brian Waters Outdoors channel, the Best Life Adventure channel, Black Truck Adventures, 5 Angels Outdoors, Trail Hunter USA, Folksy Overlanding, Adventure Aaron, and we'll have a couple more coming out there. So check out the video, try to win yourself a spot. It's absolutely free, and we'll catch you on the next video. This is Semper Gumby out. Hey everyone, this is Ben, and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Semper Gumby channel. This is just going to be a short video announcement for something that's coming up in October. And this little get-together is called the Gumby Gathering. Yes, Gumby Gathering. And what is it, you ask? Well, it is an opportunity for you as a subscriber to be selected to come out and hang out and camp with some of your favorite YouTube channels. Now, some of the channels that are or have been confirmed right now is Casey and Paula from Black Truck Adventures, and you might have seen them at the Moore Expo, and some of them right now they're in the Pacific Northwest doing that Expo Overland PNW. But awesome vehicles and rigs. So like I said, Black Truck Adventures. Another one is Dave and Tiffany from Best Life Adventures channel out in Florida. Also from Fort Worth, Texas, you have probably seen a couple of collaboration videos that I've done with him. In fact, we just did one at the LBJ Grassland, Lyndon B. Johnson in Texas. Brian Waters from the Brian Waters Outdoors channel. He's also going to be there. Adventurer Aaron from the Instagram channel as well. And he has this really cool Honda that's not a full-blown rig, but it's called Astro. And right now it's on display at Overland P&W at the Honda booth. Another YouTube channel that will be showing up is Mr. Mark from 5 Angels Outdoors. He recently relocated from Florida to Texas, and he drives an awesome Bronco. I mean, it's amazing. But Mark is also going to be there. We also have Folksy Overlanding, David from Arkansas as well, and he will be leading some of the, or showing you some of the trails if you would like to go out in the Ozarks. And it's nothing crazy. It's going to be pretty sane, but it gives you, the subscriber or the viewer, to come out and go wheel with David and a couple of the other guys. And then some of the other YouTubers that we're waiting for confirmation for, they have to check their schedule. One would be Trail Hunter USA, Mr. Eric Taylor from Kentucky. He also has a awesome Bronco. And you know, we're working on some other YouTube channels as well, but as we get them, we are going to go ahead and let you know. Now the Gumby Gathering date is October 11th to the 13th. That's a Friday through a Sunday, 2024. To get to the site, it's pretty simple. It's really, you know, it's not hard. You don't need a full-blown four-wheel drive to get there. In fact, it's off of a gravel road, dirt road there, and the area can accommodate, you know, 10 to 15 rigs, and it's right on the lake. What you need to do is, on this video, you need to comment with your, you know, YouTube channels or Instagram channels that you follow. So for example, if you're a Brian Waters Outdoors subscriber and you want to join Brian Waters with this, just type in hashtag Brian Waters on this video and in the comment section. If you're a Best Life Adventure fan and you want to camp with Dave and Tiffany, hashtag Best Life Adventures. And I will take all those comments and we'll put them in a pool. Now on September 1st, we are going to announce the subscriber winners that have been selected to come and join us. Now we're putting together a little gift bag for the subscribers to when they get selected. You know, it'll be stuff like from BLUETTI, Ergotech, BougeRV, the Semper Gumby channel, as well as the other channels will throw in some of their swag in there for you. And we're going to probably give away some items such as a DEVOS a Light Ranger and some other cool stuff you can get. Now, Tiffany from the Best Life Adventure channel, if you are picked by Best Life, she said that she will be doing the cooking for you that weekend. So come hang out with Black Truck Adventures, Best Life Adventures channel, Brian Waters Outdoors, Folksy Overlanding, 5 Angels Outdoors, Adventurer Aaron, myself, Semper Gumby, and we're gonna have a great time. So mark it down on your calendar, the Gumby Gathering, October 11th to the 13th, 2024 in the Ozarks. Until the next video, this is Semper Gumby out.